Okay, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Okay, we got YouTube in the building. Beautiful. How we doing TikTok wise? Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Okay, TikTok's opening. Beautiful. Let's see what we got here. Okay, good morning, good morning. How are we doing? Good morning. Let me get some TikTok. Someone comment, please. Someone comment. Okay, we're in business. Perfect. Rise and shine, it's better than prison time. Yeah, that's true. Okay. Outstanding. Outstanding. Beautiful. Okay. So, how's everybody doing today? How's everyone doing? Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are here to say hi, do our thing. Good morning, Pedro. Good morning. Yeah, we were on last night for a few minutes. Just kind of doing our little thing. And so far, so good. So far, so good. Yeah, good morning, Jordan. How are you, buddy? Good morning. I need a haircut badly. Real bad. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So, what do we got here, guys? Matt, good morning. That was quick, Jordan. I was about to. Yeah, I don't have it in me this morning. I'm not playing around. Okay. So, we got one more minute over here. And 7:01, we are going to pledge allegiance to the flag. Which is always a nice thing. I always remember that as being something fun and good to do. Thank you so much. Good morning. 2018 and 2019, that I do not know. That I do not know. I don't believe so. I don't recall the name. Sorry, guys. No Panerise. Dirk, good morning. Good morning, guys. 7:01, we are going to pledge allegiance. 7:01, Dirk. You're the timekeeper. James is resting. He will be probably getting up soon. Mohan, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Oh man, the boots is fly, bro. They fly like that. There's issues with every watch. Listen, we could pledge allegiance no matter what. 7:01. Okay, ready? Hand on the heart. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. That's how we do it, people. Yeah, that's how we do it. Doesn't take much. Just say it. That's how we do it. Amen. You could amen it. You can cross yourselves. You can do whatever you want. We got a new mayor in New York, which is, okay. I hope he's successful. He was voted in, and you know what? You got to hope he's successful. That's it. I hear people getting angry, and you know what? The ship has sailed. The people have spoken, and that's what it is. That's what's going. So everybody, you know, well, whatever it does, whatever works, whatever doesn't work, we'll find out. Photos from around the post the picture. Send me the picture. I'm curious. Maybe I did. I don't know, but I don't really. I'm not. I wasn't out in Pennsylvania at that time. Ah, yeah. Well, Gil's. Anybody that's taking such a strong stance on this after the fact is you can't really. I mean, listen, Gil's my bro. I love him very much. Okay, Gil gets a little emotional about things. Okay, and I understand. I get it. Okay, there's a whole underlying, se- sense of reasoning and purpose behind folks who oppose this guy. But, the guy's the mayor, and what are you going to do? You support him, It's like, when somebody you don't like gets voted in, you support them. That's what you do, But people don't think like that. They want to stand on their head and yell and scream and, do all kinds of crazy stuff. So, whatever the case is, it's still New York. It's not going to stop me from going there. It's not going to stop me from doing business there. Is what it is. I hope he does well, and I hope the people that supported him get what they're looking for. I don't think they're gonna, but you know what? Nelson, good morning, baby paw. How are you? Uh, yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Of course, I support the new mayor. How can I not support him? He's the mayor. I don't live in New York, but I do business in New York, so I absolutely support him. Let's hope that, everything that goes on is, people, you got to realize that there's a lot of young people right now coming of age and they want to make their presence felt. So they like the guy. They're not seasoned when it comes to politics. When you're 50, 60, 70 years old, we've seen this before. We saw this in 2008. You know what I'm saying? I mean, lots of promises, not a lot of follow through. So it is what it is, guys. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? There's nothing you can do about it. So me personally, I move forward. I mean, I don't know. Look at New Jersey. New Jersey went blue again. Go figure. No, I didn't vote. I couldn't vote yesterday. I was running around, with my parents. So, I couldn't even vote. Not that I would have probably in New York. I mean, it's not my city. You know, I've lived there my whole life. Is what it is, guys. Let's all take a deep breath. Take a deep breath, guys. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. The sad part about this whole thing is that the young people are so disenfranchised that they actually believe this stuff. I see people, and they're not young, they're in their mid-30s, okay, but they've been, they can't afford to buy their own home. They're living paycheck to paycheck, and they feel that, this guy is going to, give them some kind of edge. And you know what? It is what it is, bro. We'll see. We will see. They're naive. Yeah, but every politician says they're going to do this, this, and that. Okay, I mean, you could talk about anybody. The current president said he's going to do this, this, and that. He's still trying to undo what was done the last 4 years, who was trying to undo what was done 4 years prior, who was trying to undo what was done 8 years prior. So it never works. Come on, guys. Come on. Nothing's going to change. It's not going to make a difference. Stop it now. Yeah, well, the more important thing that everybody needs to, everybody needs to understand right now, okay, forget about who's mayor, congressman, governor, this one, dog catcher, okay? You know what everybody needs to realize? The president is going up in front of the Supreme Court in some capacity, and they're going to vote on these tariffs. And if they vote that these tariffs are unconstitutional and they relieve them, There is going to be an influx of inventory that comes into this country. I mean, an avalanche that comes in. And then you're going to see the fun. Then you're going to see the fun. That's what's important. Yeah, I guess you want government that works for the 99%. Okay, yeah. You must be in your 20s. You must be in your 20s if you believe that. Price drop? I don't know. I think it's just going to be way more, I don't know what's going to happen, Stack. It's very interesting. It's very, very interesting. Am I an economist? No, I'm a watch dealer who's been through many, many ups and downs in this business over 25 years. As a, real heavy duty dealer. I started in 1996, 97. Took me about 2 years to really get my bearings. Well, and you know what? I mean, I'm 60 also, and we see things differently. They see things differently. Believe me, I look at my parents, and it's like, you know what? My parents are longtime Democrats. They've been their whole lives. My father especially. So, you guys got to understand it's, it is what it is, guys. A lot of people, are not, keen on the current president. I don't know. I'm not keen on anybody. Let's put it that way. I'm saying that it's going to be extremely interesting if they relieve those tariffs and all of a sudden a lot of stuff's coming in. Listen, how much more crime can you have in New York? What's it going to be like? Escape from New York? Snake Plissken? Okay, the Duke? I mean, it's like that anyway in certain areas. Come on now. Come on now. Everybody over here is getting their pantyhose all wrapped around their face. Crazy. Thoughts on Moda? Good group. A lot of people in that group, so you really gotta, you gotta work. They work at it. They do a good job, Moda. They do. I don't knock other people's groups. I don't knock other people's groups. Yeah. Can you predict the economy from watch sales? No, I can predict, how much money is being put in, how much disposable income is actually being spent. I could definitely predict that. Definitely. At a different level than, regular economists. It's crazy. Atlanta 76 sums it up. As long as Ohio State is number one, life is good. People don't really give a shit. They don't give a shit. People are more interested in, Kim and Kanye, who's playing in the Super Bowl, whether a Fox broadcaster was, at the Dodgers parade. That's what people give a shit about. No one's invested in any of this because none of it really affects us. If you think it does, you're crazy. Crazy, man. John Button, good morning. Yeah, the red and blue switch. Just absolute ridiculous nonsense. But you know what? A bunch of old guys a couple hundred years ago put it together, and that's it. That is Dennis Potvin. People give a shit, yeah, but you know what? The government doesn't give a shit about you. So you know what? You guys got to make your own way in life. Nothing ever changes. It goes one side, it goes the other. I've been around a long time, guys. If you think that anything's going to really change in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, this, that, fucking Guam, nobody gives a fuck. Everybody sits there and they fight with their neighbor or their brother and this and that over red or blue. And it's like, stop it, people. Stop it. Just stop it. Just stop it. Good morning, Leonard. Yeah, Dick Cheney passed away. Yeah, there's a real loss to humanity right there. Sorry. Yeah, no helium, Dirk. Yeah, it's going to change. Okay. Hasn't changed in all this time, so it is what it is. You're going to make a change? Okay, I hope you do. I really hope you do. I hope you do. I benefit either way. That's what I'm saying. I figure out a way to benefit one way or another. So guess what? Fuck it. Who cares? Market update, selling stuff. It's a little sluggish this month. This is kind of, it's November. So the first weeks of November are very, very, you know, very, I don't know. Yeah. Joey Diaz. I saw Joey yesterday. I see him almost every day. Got to wake up every morning and hustle. So, you know, it is what it is, boys and girls. Hey, Ireland, good morning. From Ligma? I don't know what that means. I see you, Bobby. The first couple of weeks, you guys got to realize that, I mean, from my business, we don't sell watches over the holiday. We do a lot of parts business. We do a lot of resale business. I mean, you know, I don't know. EBT people are not buying watches from me, to be honest with you. Yeah, I don't know. You know, I don't know. I mean, October started off really slow, ended really busy. Okay, but that's because of the Jewish holidays. Okay, Jewish holidays take up most of October. Now you've got the, you know, the regular holidays, the mainstream holidays, which is Thanksgiving is coming. You know, you got Black Friday. People are more interested in buying a, what do you call it? I have big fire escape inspections in Newark. I don't know. My building should be sold soon. Thank God. I have enclosed fire escapes. No, I care greatly about the EBT people, and I said this the other day. It's like, I think it's terrible that, you know, they're not getting benefits. I don't care what anybody says. They absolutely deserve benefits. 100%. I think I'd buy property in New York right now. 100%. Are you kidding me? Everybody wants to move, I'll buy. Yeah. So, you know, let's not put words into my mouth. I own plenty of square footage. Let's put it that way. You know what? I did it the old fashioned way. I woke up every day and I worked 18, 20 hours a day. That's how I did it. Yeah. I mean, how much worse could Mondami be? He can't be that much worse. Hey, Mario. Oh, I look forward to seeing you too. Yeah, we'll see. I got square footage in my pants. Fucking A right. EBT is a crucial part of the economy in a lot of ways. I'm going to tell you guys a story about EBT. Okay, let me tell you about EBT. If anybody remembers back just before the Iraq War, okay, the first one, the real one, that started when George H.W. Bush was president. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys a story, and, you know, everybody needs to listen because this is really important. Okay, from like 1989, 90, we were running routes, meaning candy routes, you know, all kinds of stuff, but mostly candy. And we had, I don't know, 400 stops all over New York in the in the 4 boroughs, no Staten Island. We didn't go over the bridge because it was too expensive. But when the Iraq War hit, okay, when we invaded Iraq and after they invaded Kuwait, okay, or whatever that was, I noticed something, okay? The areas that were federally subsidized, okay, meaning the lower income areas, the projects, the quote unquote ghetto, they were still spending their money. In the good areas, dead. That was disposable income, okay? So you got to realize that, you know, EBT does push a lot of the economy. You know, it's very, very true. Very, very true. We never bought the bank building. January 15th, 1989, that's correct. Universal pre-K would be a huge boom. Okay, who's paying for it? Okay, I mean, and how are you going to staff it? I could tell you about universal pre-K. Okay, when I was a caseworker in Bushwick, we had programs for people so that they can, you know, drop their children off. We ran a childcare program in Bushwick. Okay, on Central Avenue, on Menahan Street between Central and Wilson. Let me tell you something, guys. It's not easy to get people to think about going to work and leaving their children when they can get their money, regardless. And we used to make these people sweep the streets. It was ridiculous. It made no sense. That was the Giuliani era. Didn't make everybody thought, well, people have to go out there and work. They were going out there doing meaningless jobs for a couple of hours a day. It wasn't really work. So you guys got to understand, you got to understand that. Yeah, you're not poor because I'm rich. You're poor because you're poor. Shit happens. I was poor. I was poor. I was poor way longer than I was rich. So figure it out, people. It's very challenging to fill preschool classrooms. It's like, yes, we need universal child care and this and that. Who's paying for it? And who's actually going to use it? Come on, man. I mean, seriously. Yeah, universal child, but no one's saying that you're not the exception to the rule. Okay, if you have 120 employees, maybe you should do a child care model in your company. There's ways to do it instead of worrying about the state doing it. You get a tax break, I'm sure, depending on what state you're in, but who knows? A $12,000 dinner? It doesn't impress me. It really doesn't impress me. Good morning, guys. That's Moses' biggest fan, hot dog carts. 2% are paying for it? Good. I pay for a lot of shit that I don't really agree with. I pay tons of taxes. More taxes than you could possibly imagine. So, everybody wants to sit over here and get all high and mighty with me. The rich don't pay their share? How much do you pay in taxes every year? How much did you pay? Did you go to H&R Block and get a check? I haven't gotten a refund check in 30 years. Would I sell my entire business for the right price? Everything's for sale. But no one wants to pay. They don't need my business. So, I didn't vote. 80,000? Okay. That's really nice. Way to go. Please, man. Yeah, exactly. There's no refund checks. They don't get it. There's pay your money every year. Yeah, property taxes. If I told you what I pay in property taxes, you guys wouldn't believe it. Oh, well, he owns property. You're goddamn right I own property. You're goddamn right. Yeah, there you go. Now you're talking. 250, yeah. Now you're talking. Yeah. Why in the world would anybody overpay your estimated taxes? I can never imagine why. I don't even want to give them that. Yeah, your daughter doesn't even go to school. Yeah. It's crazy, man. Landlord insurance is nuts. Mark, good morning. I have a good picture of you, Mark. I'm going to send it to you. 15,000? Great. Pfft. Yeah. Yeah, New Yorkers are fleeing to Florida. That's a real good move. Yeah. Real estate taxes in Ohio. Okay. Good luck with that, guys. Florida has nothing in property tax anyway. Please. Crazy. 47th Street couldn't care less about who's the mayor. You get these guys that want to sit there and pontificate about, well, we're Republicans. Well, we're socialists. None of them give a shit. They're all over there trying to make money. It's all that matters. I'm not worried about property tax. All right? I live in New Jersey. I pay it. There you go. You know what? I want a cup of fucking coffee. I pay for it. I want 2 cups. I work a little harder. You know, everybody wants to hate. Yeah. Oh, believe me, all the haters. I look and I see them and I'm just like, man, you guys should, instead of sitting here spamming or asking the same questions over and over again, or just go out there and fucking work. Is Godmother single? I believe so. Single and ready to mingo. I don't deal in silver or gold. Yeah, 50 acres, that's great. That's a bargain. It's not a club that you can't get in. You can get in the club. I got in. I got in the club. I remember I have a buddy of mine, actually my buddy who just got diagnosed that we were talking about. He and I used to talk about it because a lot of people look outside themselves, especially in a smaller community like the community that we're in. You get people that, even though everybody's got money, they look outside themselves like, oh, look at Buckley. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, look at that guy. And this guy said something to me. He was a doctor. And he said, something people don't remember, when I was a young, intern, just getting out of medical school, working in an emergency room in Harlem for years. You don't realize that. People don't realize that. Everybody pays their dues. None of us woke up and hit the lottery. Yeah. Listen, I'm baffled how the old Jewish people voted for this guy, but they don't vote, half of them. It's not an investment, jiu-jitsu life. Buy a watch that you like. He hit the lottery with the new sermon. Okay. Work hard and be smart. Don't go out there and lease a Lamborghini, you know, when you're living in an apartment. That's what I say. Lakewood votes. Hell yeah. Yeah. If you want what I have, do what I do. I wake up every day and I do this. Does that tell you something? I've been doing this for years. Does that tell any of you people something about work ethic and discipline? This is what you got to have to be successful. And I make no apologies for it. None whatsoever. Yeah. Wake up every day and do this. Sometimes I do it at night. Sometimes I do it from the office. I don't know if it's listen, I love everybody that supports us, obviously. Okay. But, we do this because this is, how could I say this? I am available. Okay. Go see any of these other, guys that run their businesses the way I do. Okay. Small, intimate, only family. Okay. No, sales team or 12 guys behind the showcase and stuff like that. Okay. I come out here every day. I am accountable. Something goes wrong, I'm accountable. You have a video that has 800,000 views, so you quit your job. That's not a reason to quit your job there, pal. Yeah. So here I am. This is what I do. So, there's a problem in the business, I'm here. Everybody knows I'm here. I don't know what Rolex calls it in-house. I'm man of the people. Thank you, Mark. You got to see the pictures that we took. Scally was going nuts. Yeah, I'd love to see you try to contact any of these other people and speak to the principal. You contact us, 716-9-WATCH-9, or you go through the website. You are speaking to James Buckley or John Buckley. Okay, that's who you're speaking to. It's not about taking work ethic to another level. It's about building a business model that actually communicates with people who are doing business with you. Yeah, I got to see Eddie and Albert. No, we don't hire outside the family. We don't bring anybody in outside the family anymore. Absolutely not. It's not how this works. Yeah, well, it is what it is, guys. Yeah, right. I wish I had a $20 bill. There's accountability here. Absolutely, Mark. That's right. Using a watch broker? Okay. Good luck with that. Listen, I have a great rapport with a lot of people, okay? I dare say, you go look for any of these people consistently doing live every day at the same time for the last 3 years. You go find them. Nobody does. Does my accountant have to get more creative? Please, my accountant hates me. He hates me. Well, no, more than that, I hate him. He and I fight. I'm a watch broker? I don't think so. I don't know about that. Broker is a guy who, my son definitely is a broker. My son sources watches all day long. And you know what? Nepotism only. You're fucking A right. If you don't have Buckley DNA in you, you don't come in my business. That ship has sailed. Pick my brain for an hour? Yeah, I'm sure people would want to pick my brain. I charge people money to pick my brain, believe it or not. Nothing wrong with being a broker, but you better have enough money if something goes wrong. That's why we only broker brand new watches from the same people we've been dealing with for 25 years. I'm full of myself? Yeah, I am. You know what? I earned it. Some people are full of themselves. They've been doing this for 12 minutes, and they're all full of themselves. They think they made it in life. No, it's not 500 an hour. Well, more than 500 an hour if you break it down. I think I'm a reseller. That's not a broker. I think you need to get your English straight. $7.29. Yeah, this is going to be a good one today. So, anybody wants to question, my work ethic, bring it. Listen, professional advice is expensive. You want to call up an attorney, they hit the little button under the table and they start calculating. People want to complain. Instead of complaining so much, you should go out and work. Hey, listen, and I respect attorneys and accountants. I pay. My attorney, shit. We're bros, but you know what? When it comes to writing contracts and dealing with stuff, I pay. I absolutely pay. IRS agents, come on down. My accountant's a former agent, so they'll get along real well. I don't know. You guys seem to think that you're going to sit here and speak to me on a fucking chat and make me nervous. It's like, really? Yeah. Yeah, it's ball busting day. It's funny. Your Rolex Datejust, if you paid 20 grand for it, good luck with that. A lot of funny people, guys. You're spending more time with me than your wife? That's not good. Listen, lawyers deserve what they get. It's the truth. Yeah, 57% of Gen Z want to be influencers as a career choice. That's like when you see kids in the inner city that want to be basketball player, football player, baseball player, rapper, musician, rock star. And it's like, okay, that dream is always available. But let me tell you, I have a friend, a kid that went to school with my son, who's always wanted to, make music and get paid for it. Kid's never had a break. Okay. Is he that good? I don't know. I mean, I don't think so. But he still grinds, but he has a regular job during the day and he works his ass off and he does it because he loves it. Yeah. It's the truth, guys. Yeah, you see a lot of things on YouTube that aren't real. We're in New York only one day a week. We're in New Jersey. 716-9-WATCH-9 is our number. Go to TuscanyRose.com if you want to contact us. Yeah, I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to be I want to be a musician, but you didn't practice, I want to be a basketball player, but you're not out there every day playing. 47th Street's not going anywhere. Everyone should chase their dreams. Absolutely. What's the deal with WinPass? WINPASS. WinPass is going to be very interesting coming up in the next year or so. Yeah, well, people think it's a free paycheck because they look online and they say, well, I'm running across the street and I'm going to buy this watch from this guy. And it's like, that's not how it works. It's not how it works, people. No, that is not my son. That is not my son. My son is behind the desk working every day. I don't like micro brands. Tuscany Rose reminds you of a restaurant? That's cool. So how does it work? You know how it works? You get up every day and you do the same thing over and over again until it works. And if it doesn't work in the amount of time that you've allotted, then you start tweaking things. We are live on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. Oh, shit. Daniel, you don't have to send us money. Please don't. You do not have to send us money. We don't cyberbeg. It's not what we do. It's not what we do. We don't come on here to, to rattle our tin cup, our cyber tin cup. It's not what we do. Mesba, good morning. Speaking of real guys who've been doing this for years and years and years. Did I see gold at 3,500? Probably. No one gave me a break. Okay, I broke it. I broke through the wall myself. And Mesba knows it. Me and Mesba used to do shows together 25, almost 30 years ago. Yeah, you have to hold a watch for 2 weeks in New York. So guess what? All this, I just bought a watch off this guy. If you buy it from a retail customer, not dealer to dealer, obviously. Anyone give me a hammer? No, I used my fists to break through the wall. I used my body. Do I like pickled eggs? Not really. Bitcoin, not my thing. It was my first watch. It was a Tag Heuer. Yeah. Here. Here's knuckles. There you go. These knuckles, let me tell you. You see my rear end, the many times that I've fallen down. My life story, we're trying to we were doing a documentary way before social media. And the person that filmed all of it is, he's not into doing it right now. So we're going to do it again. The watch game has changed only in that there's a lot more information and a lot more people are privy to it. Just because they're privy to information doesn't mean that they're able to decipher it or really understand it. So everybody is like half baked. They don't really know because, they're looking at pictures. They're not using their own money. When you use your own money for stuff, let me tell you something, man, it's a whole other ball game. It's the truth, man. You got to work. Because that's the law in New York. So when you see, well, I just bought this off this customer and I'm going to flip it to so-and-so, it's like you're breaking the law. Department of Consumer Affairs can ring you up for that. But half of these guys don't even have companies anyway, so they do things half-assed. Join the group, guys. Join the group. That's what's important right now. WinPass is, we're going to be doing WinPass events at the store where we're going to be giving away WinPasses for people that live in the community. You have a Marlboro zip code, come on in. We will register your watch for free. All others will pay for the time being. Yeah. They think a logo on YouTube is their company. I don't like Breitling. They don't hold their value. My son, James, is very intelligent. It's not that they're unstable. They equate social media status with really understanding the business. WinPasses are going to be $150. There will be an upcharge for how many pictures and stuff like that, but that's up to people. You will get your one picture. You will get all the basic WinPass is $150 on our website. Half of them are, half of the deals that you see on the internet are fake. And they're all the same, Manalapan, yeah, I don't know. Call me and let me know. If I like you, I'll let you get one. How's that? If we like you, yeah, we like Manalapan. We like Manalapan. WinPasses are premium registration. You have a watch, goes into your Apple or Android wallet, and you are a registered owner of that watch. It is serious, serious technology that no one else can offer you. Buy him a Tag Heuer. Buy him something inexpensive. Don't spend a lot of money on a watch for a young person. Let them go out and buy an expensive watch themselves. Manalapan residents, you got it, Lenny. We'll offer that to Manalapan too. Let's put it that way. I lived in Manalapan many years ago. 2025, 14,000 seems about right. So WinPass is going to be, how secure is it? It is extremely secure. You can talk to the developers on Saturday. They'll be there. Yeah, Manalapan's new money, but money's money, guys. I lived in Manalapan. I was kind of new money 20 years ago. More than 20 years ago, was it? Yeah, more than 20 years ago, I lived in Manalapan. That's when I had to have the biggest house on the block. I had to be the first kid on the block with a new car and this and that. No, I think we're doing Melly. I usually use Melly because they're local and they help. Good morning, good morning. Oh, I could hit a three-pointer. Hell yeah. Drop that shit. Oof. From the corner. Most humbling experience while running a business, it's never the person that you don't trust who fucks you. Remember that. It's never the person you don't trust, guys. That's business. The 2 times that I've had issues in business, it was the person I absolutely trusted. First serious watch I bought for myself, my wife bought it for me, a Tag Heuer. Yeah, Jess. We'll talk to you about it. Thank you, Roy. It's not necessarily scammers. It's just folks who, have no ethics. What happened? I turned around and kept going in the direction I was going. What else do you do? What else do you do? You move forward. Nick, how are you? Show's going to be great, Nick. We look forward to seeing you, brother. I think you've got a win pass, if I'm not mistaken. Listen, it's not about trust. It's it's that people sometimes, you got to keep going. I'm not going to get into it right now. Yeah, your system is not airtight. Trust me, Jess. I'd speak to him about it. I absolutely would, Jesse. I would absolutely partner it with him. And I'd let you guys make the lion's share of the money because we could sell it on there all day long. If you speak to him, it's absolutely foolproof. I will, Jess. Once the show is over, and, the show's going to be over this weekend. We'll talk next week, buddy. But I would definitely entertain that with your guy. Yeah, just go to the website and you'll see what it is. It's pretty easily. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Jess. I got you, brother. We haven't figured that out yet. We're going to be putting together packages if you have 10 watches or something. Look, we're not over here to sell that to the public and make a fortune off it. That's not what we're looking to do. Okay, we're looking for more of a licensing deal with, huge companies, which we're already in process in that space right now. So, but we've got everything covered on our end. This is what we do. We're not worried about ego trips. We're not worried about, small money. It's not what we're looking to do. I can make small money all day long. We're looking for real deal partnerships. And my buddy Jess, I would love to bless him because he's a good man and he's been a good man for a long time. People don't realize, that, having honor in this life, in this world, is all you've got. When you show that you have no honor, it's a real sad thing. Your wife goes on Home Goods? Yeah, my wife lives there, bro. That's all cool. That's good, man. Ozempic love. I love that. That's fucking funny, brother. Yeah, there's not a lot of integrity left, guys. Everybody would sell out their mother. Trust me. Sadly, it happens in life. But a lot of times people don't realize what they're selling out to, and they don't realize what they're walking away from. It's crazy. I know, Dirk. I feel you, brother. 7:45. We're going until 9:15 today. Tank American Cartier 1990. Let me know if you can. You got to go to Cartier Summerwind. I don't know about the more honest you are, the less they believe you. People believe me. The only people that troll me or question me are the usual haters that you're going to find in any business, and it doesn't bother me. It doesn't really bother me. You guys can just say or do whatever you want. We delete certain comments and stuff like that because they're irrelevant here. And, we're not at liberty to discuss. It's just the way it is. No, the guy that came in yesterday, okay, the guy contacted me 2 weeks ago and told me about this problem, okay? He thought that because his bezel did not turn, and his bezel was 100% original, okay, that it was aftermarket. So he went out and he was scrambling around. He went to some Rolex AD who took his watch apart and didn't even have the courtesy to put it back together again. He brought me that watch. The fucking bezel was, the crystal retaining ring was not even in place, which is really dangerous because it could have gotten moisture inside. That was terrible. So, I mean, he came by yesterday and you saw the video. I fixed his watch. He's like, oh, how much for this? I was like, look, it's a regular consultation. I'm not going to charge you more than that. It was $150 for an in-person consultation. And I fixed his watch for him. You know why? Because he was a nice guy. I would have done that for anybody who came in and paid for a consultation. So, you know, the guy was the guy's going to be at the show. So you guys can talk to him yourself. You know, what am I going to do? Charge him? They wanted to charge him $3,000 for a service at Rolex to take the watch, and the watch was fine. There was nothing wrong with it. And I think when they pulled that crystal retaining ring off, I think they dented it because they didn't have the right tools to pull it off. Somebody did it with a hammer. I mean, I could tell. Metal watch on a plastic table. Yeah, that's just people who don't know. Oh, Mesby, you should have seen the thing. I could barely get the gasket in. I was having such a problem. If you saw the outtakes, oh my God. But I got it together because I know, you know, certain things I know. Of course I do the right thing. Now, the guy came to the store looking for help. That's what you do. You help somebody. I mean, I charged him. He was like, how much is it? I was like, it's $150. That's a consultation. Usually a consultation is 10 minutes. I was doing it a little longer, but that's okay. You know, everything is, you know, I don't know. We try our best to keep people, you know, don't ever service your watch if it's keeping time. I turn down more service because I take the watch, I put it on the timer, I give it a shake, I spin it, and I see whether or not it's running okay. They're like, oh, I didn't service it for 5 years. I'm like, don't service it. It's fine. No, I'm a very expensive lawyer, actually. To replace a Cartier battery, I mean, I don't know. If it's got to be a screw down, if the back has to be unscrewed, we usually charge $25. That's what we usually charge, $25 to $30. Exactly. Watch is running, you don't need a service. I don't know if it was a gift. I mean, look, we have expenses over there at that store. Okay, I have expenses there. So everybody that walks in there has to come. I had to fix a guy's bracelet. You know, it was I was charged, I think $50. I charged the guy $65. I knew the guy. What am I going to charge him? $100? Another person needed screws in their bracelet that I didn't have. I paid $100 for them. I charged $125. We don't get rich on service. That's not what we do. If it's making noise, then you've got an issue somewhere. Your watch isn't a car. Quite frankly, if you're wearing your watch every day, you don't need to service it. That was an original bezel. The one that he had in the box was not. He had an aftermarket one. No, I don't know about iPhone screens, brother. It's not a question of getting tips. They ask a price, I tell you the price, you pay the price. I do my best to be informative and help people. Listen, I'm not over there like Mother Teresa, okay? Anything that's worth doing is worth doing for money, okay? You know, I didn't get where I am by not charging people, okay, and not making money. But you've got to be fair with folks. I don't like watch winders. I hate watch winders. That said, I'm probably gonna figure out a way to make a better one at some point, but I've got way too many projects on my desk right now. General rule of thumb. If it's running okay, I don't service it. If it's running, it's okay. If it keeps good time, you're good. I don't know. How many Rolexes do you own if you're worried about them being made in China? No, I don't have to go to China. No, thank you. Got so much stuff in the safes. Oh my God. The cheapest one is a good enough one. The $100 one that you find, we use that. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and start really dialing in service because I'm not the one who's doing the service at the store. I'm just over there trying to, You bought your watch off Jane Martin. How are you, brother? You bought a nice watch. I remember you. I remember everybody who buys from us for the most part. I don't hate ADs. I actually like my ADs because I don't overstep. Stainless Rolexes are great. You could run preventive maintenance. I didn't burn eBay. Absolutely not. Listen, I respect eBay as a company. We worked for eBay like 2018, 2019, 2000, just before 2000. We did it for 2 years. We were employed by eBay, the company. And James Buckley was the point person. So I have a very good relationship with eBay. So let's get that straight. But I will, I'm not crazy about certain things that they do because if you will see the second part of the video with the Buckley dial, and then you'll understand why I was upset. I'm a big Islander fan. I used to be anyway. Now I don't watch sports. I am not going to be there this next Monday. Thank you, brother. 7:53. Yeah, listen. Everybody thinks they know. I get guys contacting me. Oh, is this real? Is this real? I was like, dude. Repent? I don't need to repent. I don't do anything wrong. I didn't expose eBay. Listen, you want me to expose things? Please. You guys have no idea the shit that I know. But I'm not that guy. I'm not going to narc on companies or people unless I am directly, affected by it, which I was this time. Next case. Next case. Yeah, the problem that he had was his click spring was not engaging. I mean, I don't know. The problem is DEI. Yeah, I saw Moses. I see a lot of things on social media that are baloney. Not saying he didn't melt it, but I don't think that was real. If that was real, it was worth way more than melt. Very sorry. But the problem is a lot of these watches that are gold are not worth more than melt. How do we know that eBay or was from? What's the difference? Whether it was from a week or 9 months ago? Am I using eBay to leverage? I don't need to leverage my value. Okay. I think you're new to this. You must be new here. That's the difference between me and these other people. I don't need to leverage anything. I've been leveraging for 28 years. Thank you, Matt. James Buckley's up. Fucking A. This same person brought in an Air King that he paid a lot of money for. He's buried in it too. Absolutely buried in it, brother. Yeah, I've seen the new Rolex desk clock. Okay. Hallelujah. 6085 is a pain in the ass to service. That's what I don't like about it. Thank you, Pancho Villa. I just wanted to say that. Listen, you get buried in a watch, you sell it, you take your losses, and you move on. Bruce Wayne, Pepsi, or Batgirl, always Pepsi. Thank you, Jay. Epic World Series. You know what I didn't like about the World Series, and the Dodgers deserved it? Ohtani was getting calls on the inside part of the plate and on the outside part of the plate that the Blue Jay pitchers were not. Go back and look. You will see it. Did that have an impact? I don't think so. But it is what it is. You don't have a watch knife? I mean, you can use a butter knife if you know what you're doing. Please. UNC is going to make it in basketball? That's good. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, Vegas wanted LA. Thank you, Mike. We already addressed Mondami. We wish him well, and we hope that, he's the mayor. You got to support him. So hopefully, people are going to be happy. I mean, Joe Mashop is very reputable. Bob's, Joe Mashop, they're reputable. You could buy off them and not worry. 47th Street is very difficult. And most people go to 47th Street based on videos that they see. See, we've been selling watches way before videos. We were making videos before videos were fashionable, before it was the in thing to do. Go to Brian.Berman on TikTok. BRIAN.Berman, BERMAN. Brian filmed me from 2015 until 2020. Everybody's, they all started this thing. They all made it famous. It's like, okay, good for you. Yeah. I think everybody's getting, remember when the camera was heavy? Funny, guys. You guys are pretty funny. Whatever. Now we're going till 15. I got a few minutes. Waiting on Buckley we got a long day. Yeah, man, I came down from the mountain. Yep. Go to Brian.Berman. Here, I'm going to put it in there. Go on TikTok and you'll see videos from way before social media. Here's the account on TikTok. Make sure you put there you go. There you go. I am 61. Nice. It's all about views. How many views do you have? Google Chrome. I had a dial named after me in 2008. Probably before you were born. Arthur! Speaking of my favorite disappointed person today. What up, baby? Let's go to New York, brother. What do I do for work? I sit here and talk to you people, and you watch my videos, and I make lots of obscene amounts of money. Somebody sent me $3 just now. To authenticate a president, join the group. I am always tired of watches. Habibi, what's up? Moses made his first $1 million. Okay. God bless him. I hope he makes many, many more millions. I wish him well. Yeah, congestion pricing. My fucking, what do you call it? My parking lot just like tripled my rate. I deal with a lot of people. I deal with a lot of people. The difference between me and everybody else is I don't sit there and make videos with them. They're not those kind of people. I deal with guys who are a little more low key. Arthur, are you leaving the state? Yeah, we got food already. Food's taken care of. All right, it gets worse, it gets worse. Who gives a fuck? Yeah, my parking lot payment is now seriously a mortgage payment. It's nuts. That was when we had the booth at 66 West. We were there for 5 years, guys. Then we were at 10 West for another year or two. Then we were at 66 West. Then we were at 36 West, 37 West. You know, we didn't just wake up and start doing this. Yeah, everybody wants to tax you up the caboose. You're selling all your vintage watches? Bring them to the show. I'll take them. Sold. I'll buy them back off you for the prices I sold them to you for. What do you think, Arthur? Pretty funny. Every day I'm out here, guys. You know where to find me. All the trolls know where I am. Entry-level watch, buy something you like. Get something you like, people. Two-tone sport watch is probably the two-tone sub. Always a good choice. I don't need a driver, thank you. I drive myself. Does every block have rats? No. It's ridiculous. Mountains of West Virginia, stop it. Yeah, that's Arthur Bond, people. Arthur, are you coming to our show? Because you're really annoying me right now. I got to tell you, Staten Island's in the building. Why are you annoying me, Arthur? Gold Jubilee bracelet. No, I do not. Contact Carl Cohen. He might. Go get it, Dan. Have a nice day. Yeah, it seems that everybody's views are going down. It's kind of interesting. It's really kind of interesting. People are kind of getting sick of this shit, which, I mean, I've been sick of it for the longest time. Staten Island's going to secede from the thing? Never. Yeah. Yeah. RR opened up a news store. Yeah, okay. Well, he's got a multi-million-dollar business. Let's see if he's got a fucking tax ID. That's what you guys should really check out. If you walked in shirtless with oil-covered jeans, absolutely. Why would that stop me from doing business with you? I've had guys walk in shirtless. I had the naked cowboy come in once. I think I have him on video. Yeah, Tag Heuer's missing the boat. They need to be in the 1,500 and under market because Tudor obliterated them. And Tudor's a piece of shit. Next case. We're giving you guys an extra 10 minutes here and then we're out. I've got to get rolling here, people. A lot of work to do, man. Today's a very busy day. And tomorrow is going to be even busier. Oh, I'm so dead. I'm fucking exhausted. You guys saw me last night? I'm fucking exhausted. I don't think you guys realize. Yeah. Buck does not mentor people, if you haven't noticed. Grail Z is not terrible. It's not terrible. I remember back in the other Nightmare on Increase. No, you didn't, Arthur. Come on, Arthur. No gym today. I was there tomorrow. I got the gym tomorrow, and then I got to probably cancel Friday. I don't know. A lot of work. Yeah, James doesn't mentor either, but he'll show you how to cook a good steak. Yeah, the mentoring game is dead. They found the links to your wife's happy sport? Hallelujah. Good for you. That's great. That's excellent news. See that UPS plane that crashed? That's terrible. A second hand, an hour hand? You got to bring me the watch. I'm only in the city 1 day a week, maybe 2. Yeah, that was horrible. That was horrible. You know, Louisville is a huge UPS hub. I remember there was a FedEx issue there. I remember when they had that guy that went into the FedEx hub in Memphis and killed people. Remember that? Yeah, 50-year-old plane. Yeah, that sucks. I don't know. I'm staying in the business, you know. Crazy. That's right. FedEx Ground has a hub in Greensboro, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. My skin is remarkably smooth. Yes, I do. I have good skin. I don't know. Danny's not closing anything. I don't invest in watches. I buy watches. 24-hour live stream, no thanks. Lock Haven, PA. Big shout out to our friends in Pennsylvania. I'm not sure where we're going to be today. We've got a lot of stuff to do. Good morning, Fasty. No, the Pokemon shop, I was talking to George, who runs the Pokemon shows and the card shows at the Elks Club. He said that the guys are really nice guys, so I'm glad that they're opening. That's going to be fantastic. Yeah, buy a $10,000 watch. Buy something you like. You're never going to be disappointed every time you look at it. No, you wear it. Yeah, there seems to be a lot of money in Pokemon. That's because, I don't know, when the market shifts, it's going to be the first thing that people that devalues. Trust me. Yeah, Little League World Series. My personal favorite, I'm wearing my Zenith Daytona. No, we don't accept Snap. Not very funny. Yeah, Jordan may hit you with that. Craig, good morning. Next case. Oh, thanks, brother. Make $1 million? Okay. Zoran won because more people voted for him. It's pretty simple, guys. That's who they wanted. Same as everything. 50-50, 50% of the people are going to be unhappy. I'm not unhappy with anybody. Only Arthur is unhappy. Arthur, Gil, all the rich people. I'm just a poor man trying to sell watch parts. I don't know if he's a nutbag. Yeah, please. Yeah, capitalism's not going anywhere. Not anywhere. I don't know. I hate Oyster Flex. Hateful newcomers, yeah. Zach. Oh, man. I actually had a good bowel movement today. Nobody's moving out of New York. Oh, my God. Look at all the people who ran down and moved out of New York. They're all regretting it. I would never run from New York if I were there now. I want to look to buy property in New York. Are you kidding me? Yeah, carry permit in a gun-free zone. You got to be careful. I am not in my office right now. I'm home. Yeah, Ben is a car wash guy, round watchman, Arthur. He has some tips for you on how to run a business, how to run a car wash. I hear the shower. Listen, man. Once upon a time, legal immigrants came to this home. Once upon a time, they used to sell buggy whips by the bushel. Now they don't. Times change, guys. Times change. There's checks and balances, guys. Everybody needs to simmer down. It's not a good idea? Okay. I've owned property in New York for years. I buy and sell property. Do I work Wednesdays? I work every day. Funny. It's not a cop-out answer. It's the truth. The buggy whip. You know, how many people have video recorders or CD players or DVD players? The most famous person I sold a watch to, Carl Cohen. The Schwoogie Buzzer. Yeah, we all have those. Two minutes. Your boy is tired, man. Mark, I'm going to take your advice, Dr. Mark. I'm going to take, after Monday, I think, we're going to have to, is there an after party? Jesus. I don't even know if I'm going to have a before party. New York's going to be just fine. Thank you, Google Chrome, H7V1S. I sent you a photo, I thought. I didn't send you, Nelson? I'll send you again. New York's going to be just fine tomorrow. Everybody's overtaxed. Welcome to our world. You make money, you pay taxes. Just how it is. All right, brother. Nelson, take a look. I sent you a picture. I promise you. Am I moving? Yeah, I'm moving to New York. You go sell your properties cheap. I'd be the first one to go out and buy. Let's get it. Let's fucking go, baby. Let's get it. Chubba Hubbard. It's my guy. Guys, have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Yeah. Later.